One, two, three, four!
Greetings, this is Tom with Buncombe Shinola. Welcome to our series, Humming a Sickening Tune, where we shall be reviewing every single Ramones song in order alphabetically. Today on Humming a Sickening Tune, Anxiety from Mondo Bizarro. The stigma and tribulations of mental illness have been a conceptual focus for the Ramones ever since they began. Their forthright honesty and demented comedy, which they brought to all manner of dementia, were a fundamental foundation of the band's appeal to their fans. One might recall the blink and you'll miss it moment in the video they produced for Psychotherapy, where the band is pictured alongside their mental diagnoses, and one could, without too much rearrangement, reorganize the maladies to correspond to their more applicable band member. But as their initial humor moved in their latter era to a more hard-boiled, resilient realism, they felt more conflicted about the way they might approach this topic. The surprisingly weak and ineffective attempts to inject some lightheartedness into the proceedings clashed heavily with the song's more obviously, prevalently bleak mood. Anxiety appeared on Mondo Bizarro, which reunited the band with their early engineer Ed Stasium. But it failed to match the triumph of the earlier Too Tough to Die, which featured a reunion with Tommy Ramone at the producer's chair. They clearly strove to check off as many boxes in the seeming Ramones trope list as possible, but despite a sonically satisfying and sharp result, the project feels uneven and off the mark in its attempts to capture its self-conscious aims, and this track is a good example. Co-written by Marky with his longtime collaborator Skinny Bones, the song is the least satisfying the Ramones attempted in the hardcore idiom. It is fast and simple, but not really the Ramones style of fast and simple. Even the opening drum beat is more Gimme 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 by Black Flag than Rock and Roll High School. With a thrown-together, afterthought middle eight grafted on, and an out-of-character, anti-aesthetic, quasi-metal guitar solo, the song sounds like it would be more comfortable on a Marky solo LP than a proper Ramones record. And indeed, it did appear on the first Intruders record featuring Skinny Bones that Marky released after the band broke up. The general air of uncertainty and lack of cohesion is underlined by a lame late attempt at a throwback spell-along chant, which concretely illustrates how far the band has fallen from the effortless confidence of benchmark early classics such as Pinhead. Nevertheless, despite all of this, as the 2000s began and the prevalent societal melees congealed, the song became something of an unexpected underdog anthem favorite for the new millennium generation, suffering from the freshly ingrained anxieties felt by those born past the last end of the century. What do I like least about this track? Well, the Ramones are my all-time favorite band, and there's something I love about almost everything that they recorded. But I would probably rank Anxiety amongst the top or bottom 10 of their least effective tracks. Of all the shortcomings I've already delineated, it is this feeble attempt at levity in the line, "Anxiety keeps me happy," which most severely lessens the song's impact. Anxiety, I Can't Be Happy would have delivered on the band's latter-day brutal pessimistic realism, and it would have been perhaps better syllabically to say, Anxiety, I'll Never Be Happy. And the next time you listen to this song, keep these variations in mind, and I think that you will hear what I mean. What do I like most about this song? Well, in the 1995 documentary Hype, which concerns itself with the Seattle grunge scene, Leighton Beazer of the Thrown Ups gives a short demonstration of the primary difference between the prevalent chord pattern in punk versus the prevalent two-chord pattern in grunge, which are the same things, simply reversed. And this is a little bit sideways, but I've always been amused by the fact that the two primary changes in anxiety are variants on these two examples. And while I doubt that this is where the idea for the music to this song sprung from, it is an interesting aside, and I will put a link to the clip in the movie below in the description. And this is Tom with Buncombe Shinola. Thanks for watching the video, and I hope you enjoyed my playing. I was hoping to avoid copyright strikes. I will put a link to the real track in the description below. Please, in the comments below, let me know what you think of anxiety. Coming up next on Humming a Sickening Tune, their cover of the Dave Clark Five's Any Way You Want It.